Should we start again? That was pretty bad.
Hello everybody, Graeme from Frontenac Cycle here with another video. Today we are talking with Taylar Wall, a member of our Frontenac Cycle cycling team, both mountain and road. We're going to talk to him and find out a little bit about him. Taylar, tell us, where are you from?
Well, I was born in Lindsay, Ontario. Lived in Kingston most of my life. Moved up to Ottawa for school. While I was there, I was working at a local bike shop in Gananoque, and came back for my clinical rotation and training at Kingston General, and decided to stick around.
Cool. So you help people for a living?
I guess you could say that.
All right. You obviously like cycling. How old were you when you learned how to ride a bike, and what was your first bike, if you can remember?
Oh geez, I think I was 7 or 8, kind of late in life. It was my sister's hand-me-down ET BMX bicycle.
Okay, so you learned how to BMX.
I did.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to call it.
I mean, 7 or 8, some people call that late. I was 10 when I learned how to ride a bike. So
all right.
The later you are,
that explains
the better
it.
you get, I guess.
Oh,
yeah.
Maybe.
So you were 7 or 8 when you learned how to ride a bike. When did you get more serious into riding? Did you start with road riding and then get into mountain biking? What was the path?
Yeah, honestly, not until later in life. I was kind of in my mid-20s, and I was working at that bike shop in Gananoque part-time, and kind of picked up my first mountain bike then. Didn't really start getting serious until 2013. I did my first 24-hour marathon race, and then I was hooked from there.
Okay, so for the last 10 years or so, you've been pretty serious about it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Everybody has embarrassing moments on the bicycle. Do you have any embarrassing moments, like a clip-in tip over or anything like that stands out in your mind?
Interesting you should ask, Graeme.
Yeah.
I remember my girlfriend and I at the time, we had gotten back from a mountain bike vacation out east. We were just doing a road trip and decided, we really like mountain biking. So I bought clipless shoes and pedals. Yeah, and we had a couple tumbles, like clipping in and out on the grass just for practice, and we were riding around town, and her friend drives by at an intersection and pulls over, and as she's introducing me, I stop and fail to clip out and tripped over a curb down into a 6-foot ditch.
Oh, nice.
So,
nice, tuck and roll.
Really crappy first impressions, for sure.
Hey, they happen. You mentioned 2013 mountain bike race. So have you've been racing since 2013?
Off and on. I had a bit of a back injury, so there was a bit of
a time off in between.
Lull, yeah, okay. Between then.
So, and I assume this is like O-Cup racing.
So the first race was the 24-hour marathon, the summer solstice. But yeah, I got into O-Cup racing in 2018. I think that's when I started really.
Do you have a favorite course?
Ooh, I really like Albion, fast and flowy.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Tell me about a crash.
Yeah, most of the worst crashes that I've had have been off the race course, just during casual rides. I think the worst one, and maybe just more embarrassing and feeling bad for the other rider, I was out with a newer rider that was on a time trial bike that had the bars at the front, and at one point during the discussion we were riding fairly close, and somehow their bars locked with mine, and we took a tumble. They went into the ditch and I went face first into the pavement and cracked my helmet open.
Oh, that's not the way you want to introduce someone to the sport.
No. Welcome to cycling.
You must have won at least one race in your life. Are there any memorable wins?
You know what? The local races, so much fun.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's different. It's more for fun, but still, winning the 6-hour race a couple of years ago. I think that was at the end of the season I started racing for you guys. That was pretty fun. Podium finish with champagne de Frontenac.
Yeah.
And yeah, that would probably be my highlight.
When you're riding your bike, you're out in the wilderness, and you're bound to come across an animal here or there. Do you have any wildlife stories? Have you ever come across a bear or anything interesting in your travels?
Oh, Gatineau Park, black bear all the time.
Yeah.
Just on our local trails, though, you come across skunks and porcupines.
Any fun interactions with them, or did they steer clear?
They're fearless. Porcupine, like right in the middle of the trail on Home Loop.
not getting anywhere.
What do you do?
Yeah. Custom bikes. Those are cool.
I guess.
You must have built up a bike or two in your day.
I mean, several.
Look around. What are some of your go-tos when you're building a custom bike? Like, how do you start? Do you start with a drivetrain? Do you start with a frame? Like, what's your custom bike routine, I guess?
That's a tough question. A lot of them I go with what I can get the best deal from Graeme. Start there.
Good answer. Good answer. Yeah.
For me, it's tough to get the right size because I'm 6'4" and I have legs longer than a basketball player. So getting the right frame size is key, and sometimes that means building from frame up.
Right.
So we start there.
Yeah. Okay. And are all your bikes custom, or how?
Yeah, right now every one of them is custom.
Yes.
And I used to start off by buying, a complete bike and then upgrading later, but it's just nice to be able to pick and choose. Ends up being a bit more expensive, but in the end, it's worth it, I think.
Nothing but the best for Taylar.
That's right. No?
So tell us about your favorite bike.
This guy right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Rocky Mountain Element. I think I bought that from you in 2019, built it up over the winter for 2020, and that was my COVID bike. So
yeah,
been waiting 2 years to race this.
Good things come to those who wait.
That's right.
Yeah. And the previous bike you had, what was your bike before that? It was a
2015 Element as well. Yeah. So this is the evolution of that bike. And again, I built it up from frame. I keep looking at it. So beautiful. With AXS wireless drivetrain, custom, really lightweight wheels, Fox step cast shock. I actually pilfered an old lockout from my Scott bike, so they're better than Fox, but
yeah,
we'll get into that, and love it. It rips.
If you could only ride one bike, what would it be? Road, gravel, mountain?
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 Question mark?
Question mark.
I really like road riding, but I think I'd go with mountain if I had to.
Okay, that's the answer. Gun to your head, got to give a great performance. What's your go-to karaoke?
I mean, it's got to be something from Glee, Graeme.
Something from Glee. Okay.
Yeah.
You're a Jane Lynch fan.
What's that one with she took the midnight train? What song is that?
Journey?
Journey. That's the one.
What is your earliest memory of dealing with Frontenac Cycle and your connection to the shop, I guess?
I guess my earliest memory was getting my first pair of clipless shoes. Way back in the day. From your predecessor, the original owner. Yeah, Barry. I bought a pair of Velcro, $100 specialized clipless shoes.
Which you subsequently fell in.
Into the ditch.
Yeah.
Hated Barry.
Oh, curse you!
Yeah. Damn you, Barry. Great guy. And yeah, my connection, I try to get free stuff from you sometimes.
Hey, if you're getting on the podium.
Try to stand on podiums for you. That's my goal.
Yeah. So you mentioned working at a shop in Gann. What shop and when and how long was that?
Yeah, that was years ago. I think it was around 2007. I was working at Canadian Tire. That was my high school job next door, and I would pop over to TI Cycle. Bought my first mountain bike there, and constantly, annoying them with questions about bikes and how to fix things for free, and just annoyed the hell out of Mark at TI. And I think he hired me. The first thing he hired me was to actually do mountain bike tours during a demo day for Gary Fisher. So I started just leading the groups for the demos, and he hired me after that. I moved to Ottawa and was going to school there, but would come back home in the summers and work for Mark.
Apple or Microsoft?
Microsoft.
Simpsons or Family Guy?
Family Guy.
Ankle socks or calf?
Ankle.
Speedo or board shorts?
Speedo.
Rap or rock?
Rap.
Pepsi or Coke?
Coke.
SPD or Crank Brothers?
Crank Brothers? Seriously?
Fox or Rock Shock?
Tie.
Muffin or scone?
Muffin top.
Gels or gummies?
Gels.
Shimano or SRAM?
Undecided.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee. Come on.
Comedy or action?
Comedy.
Tour de France or one-day classics?
One-day classics.
Business in the front or party in the back?
Party in the back.
Taylor, thanks for having us. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed the conversation with Taylor, and tune in for the next one.
Thanks for having me. Sounds great.
All right, if you enjoyed that video, make sure to hammer that like button and subscribe, because we've got more coming to you. Thank you very much.
Cheers to that.
Zdrowie.
Podium.